Hi, Sagittarius. It's Lynn from Tinker Tarot and Cartomancy. How are you doing? Feels like it's been ages since I've been on here. A lot has happened, and I'm sure a lot's happened for you too. As I said in the description, you probably a lot of you have probably felt a shift in the past weekend, the past week, and something's changed in you. Something's flushed out, and you probably feel a new energy cleansed in some way. And I feel it too. I feel an enormous shift in me. And I'm able to let go of that anxiety, that fear, that isolation feeling. And I feel more open, willing to forgive and move on. Finally, you know? So I'm so excited. Ooh, wee. Ha 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 ha. That's the perfect card to jump out for you. Okay. Let me just cut these first because if I don't, I'll forget and I'll get talking. So let's move some stuff out of the way here and get these set up. So, what jumped out for you and very fitting is the Queen of Swords. And as you can see, she sits above um, industry. She sits above the world and has a better view now. She can see things a lot clearer. She can see the bigger picture now. And this is just what I was talking about, some clarity, some being able to see past what's right in front of us here, see past the clouds. And and I also see some intuition in there too. You're feeling something different inside in your gut. Okay. So that is very, very fitting. Okay. You also may have an Aquarius or air signs in your life that help you. That you're able to share with, able to open up those windows, spread those curtains open, see more than you were able to. But I think it's mostly you. Okay, this is how you are seeing, you're feeling. Okay, so let's get some cards out for you. Wow. So in the description, I talked about the long night being over, that darkness, not being able to see past, and are being clouded. And I felt like, sort of this funnel. You start wide and you've been narrowed down to this certain funnel, and I feel like it's it's time for change, time to create, time to make a difference. And the very first card you got is the Empress. you know Realizing all that beauty that lies beneath, right? And that's what you have in you. You're ready to create, you're ready to give life to something, and you know it, just like I know it. I'm Sagittarius too. And so you're ready to give birth to something, okay? And you feel full of possibilities. And it's not just something that you're doing for yourself. This extends outwards, something that you want to share. You've got something you want to share, and that's important. You're a creator, is what you are. And the Empress, this could be the mother, you could be a mother, you could be an aunt. And so you want to help others see this beauty within. You know, this is not just for yourself, but it starts with you. It starts with you and it's going to extend outwards. Okay. I just have hairs on me just rising up. And then you have the Fool. Okay, the Fool is the new beginning, willing to take a chance, willing to take a risk, setting out on a new adventure. And this is something probably that you've never done before. You know, you've always had it in you. I just want you to know you've always had it in you, but it's new for you. And you feel inspired and you feel powerful and you feel that you're ready to take it on. You probably weren't ready before because you weren't at this point of inspiration, but now you are. Something's changed, something's shifted. Okay. And with the Fool, we're ready to set out on this new adventure. Okay. It's so cool that, that you then have the Emperor. Okay, you have the Empress and then the Emperor. Okay, you may be doing something hand in hand with someone. You may have a partner, you may have met your match. But this could be a partner of inspiration, spreading. Like you know what it is. It reminds me of a good role model. Seeking out those good role models and being one. He has flowers all over his thing and his chest here and his thing he's wearing. And also his mustache branches out too because his reach is far. His reach is far. And it's about being in control. And I feel like in the past, you didn't feel like you were in control, but now I feel like you're feeling grounded, you're in control, and you're ready to take your power back. All right. You have both the Empress and the Emperor. These people are leaders, they're inspirations, and that's what you are, Sag. And you also have the Fool, ready to take on something that you're ready for. You're ready for this responsibility. You're ready for this task. You're ready to. And I got to tell you, both of these people, the Empress and the Emperor, make a difference. They think of others in all of their actions, in all of their decisions, and make each move considering all. Okay. This is big, Sag. This is big. This is 3 major arcana and some of the most powerful ones in the first 3 cards. Because you can see now. You can see what you're meant to do. You can feel it. There's a lot more clarity. You're not all clouded up with all those messages coming in from everywhere and feeling like you don't have any control. Okay. Hi, Rose. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. Nice to see you there. Thanks for saying hi too. So then you have the 6 of Swords. And the 6 of Swords is removing yourself from all that toxic energy, whether it be the TV, the computer, toxic people in your life, or engaging in negative feed of some sort. Okay. I want you to be careful who you let in to your circle, who you let in to, because you want to keep it all very healthy, positive, and peaceful. Because I think that you got this feeling of peace. You may be like, I know already you're moving into calmer waters. You don't feel all that turbulence, and so you're moving yourself in that direction, away from all of the things that cloud the mind. Okay. And in doing that, you're feeling very proud of yourself. You're getting to know exactly who you are. And in fact, I don't think it's taken much. You're knowing, you're realizing that you have, you're proud of what you've been able to accomplish, what you've been able to build so far. And I think that you're ready to, like I said, share that. You could have been in some sort of a sanctuary, whether it was your home or another place or something that gave you time to digest and sort of transform, like I said. And look at her, she is feeling on the top of her game, and all this abundance she's realizing is in here. I've got the knowledge. I've got the experience. I've got all that it takes, all that I need to move forward, to go ahead. You're feeling powerful, really powerful. Okay. Ugh. And so with this bird, usually there is a bird with this card. And so I feel like after this time of peace, calm, and I think you've experienced it already. Then you're ready to communicate this out, because birds are about communication, about seeing the vision, seeing the vision of what you're about to do. But you had to take a little time. And in this time is where you felt that you could have gone on a trip, got some distance, like I said, from all the, and then you realize what it is you need to do now. Okay. Oh, I'm so happy. It's all I ever, you've given me the biggest compliment in the world, my Zap. You have, because it's all I want to do. I want to be that. I want to inspire. I want to share what I know. And if one little thing, one little droplet of information can help anybody else, then I want to make a difference. That's what I want to do. And I can feel that you guys are all feeling this too. Now, do not feel that it is your responsibility to the end result is not really your responsibility. Your responsibility is only to share, and what people do with it is up to them. But you are the messenger. You're the messenger. Okay. Oops. My funny glasses I got in Florida. This experience happened for me. I went with my niece, my other niece, on a trip to Costa Rica. I have been promising her since she was 16 years old that when she was ready to go on a trip, I would go with her. And we were going to go the backpacking way, the budget way, and take local transportation, and not this all inclusive stuff. You're going to get the real experience here. And so we went to Costa Rica. Pura vida, the good life. And that's what we're ready for. And when I came back from that is when I felt that transformation. I felt that shift. And I knew what I was supposed to do, what I'm supposed to do now. Okay. And so I know that I want to help youth. I want to help these kids out there on the street into the drugs and everything, because they feel like nobody cares. They don't matter. And I know that it's my journey. My work involves helping them realize they do matter. They're very, very important, as we are, And so that's going to be my quest now, is to try and inspire and let people know how very, very important they are. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional because it is so powerful in me, And I just want to let people know that they're loved. They are loved. Okay? I love you. Okay? All right. Get it together. Get it together, Lynn. These are all good tears, you know. Thank you so much, Val. And hi, Sandy. Nice to see you. Okay. Welcome, everyone. So let's get into her a little bit more. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Very, very powerful. Okay. So this one is usually a card of feeling like these, these things feeling sometimes we're feeling anxiety, fear, attacked and all this, okay? But I really feel like all eyes are on you. This is what I'm getting from this message today. All eyes are on you. And I think it's because people are seeing this change, seeing this difference, seeing you coming out of this cave. The long night is over and it's time to rise, like I said. And this, some of these things don't disappear in a moment. It takes us time to gradually absorb our own worth, our own importance here, okay? There could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio coming into your life or entering your life. But also I feel this is part of your energy. I feel like for some of you that you've been detached. You've detached yourself in some way from others because of these, it might be a message someone else said, and then you repeated it in your own head and just really like, kept the feeling going. Okay. But the King of Cups is about compassion, is about, when we have to dive into our emotions and realize who is really giving this message. It's me. And I have to love me first, and then I can extend that out. Okay. So some of you may be meeting someone, and I think for others of you, you're starting to, at the part of it is you're starting to allow others in and not feeling threatened anymore. I think you kept others away at a distance. And I don't feel like you're feeling these threats anymore. You're allowing the people to come in because you feel stronger, you feel independent, you're ready for a new sense of feeling, okay, compassion. And you don't take on all their feelings, all their low negative feelings. In fact, you're inspiring, and you can only do what you do. So you do, and you say what you do, and then you leave it. You leave it out there to the universe, to the energy, okay? But you're about connecting now. However, you still need to protect the self here, okay? And so you're going to so as Sagittarius, we kind of let everybody in. We are very welcoming and accepting of most other people. But and the gates are just open, The gates are just open and people come all the way in, And so I feel like you're going to kind of filter. You're going to be developing a bit of a filter where you do allow people in. You do feel compassion. You do extend love, but you keep most of it for yourself before you gave it all away, all of it, and then felt kind of let down when they didn't give it back, or they maybe misused some of this energy. And that's why you're going to have a little bit of a filter gate, a little bit of a, you know, a thing there where you're going to give some and keep some. Okay. So, and that's where we have the Four of Pentacles. See this gate? Oops, I always move the thing the wrong way. And see all these locks she's got on these gates. She's got 4 locks. She's standing behind the gate, but she is full of, like, the dress is white. She's got all these flowers, and her home is very important. Like, where I go, I rest, I find my peace, I cleanse myself, all that stuff is you're holding very precious to you now. Like I said, you're holding some of the most important stuff for yourself before you gave it all away. You shared it all, you gave it all. And that's beautiful. It's really beautiful, but it left yourself open a little bit, because when we open those floodgates to give, we're also letting everything in. So now you're just grounding yourself a little bit. You're saving some for yourself. You're you're like, all these locks here, you have keys for. You have keys for all these locks, and you can unlock them. You've held the keys all the time, and you can unlock them and allow and open the gate for a bit and close the gate again. You know what it makes me think of is, when I've ever had time with a healer or anyone that is helping me, they have time limits. And then they go and nurture themselves. They go and eat or rest or, do a smudge or a cleansing, and they really take care of they value their energy. Okay. And they give you an allowed time. Okay, this is what I have to say. This is how I can, whatever, give. And then you take that time for yourself. And a lot of us healers, which I know a lot of you are we talk the talk. We say, oh, you should do this, and you should be cleansing, and you should be doing that. We have a lot of good advice for others, but do we do that for ourselves? Do we give that same energy to ourselves? Well, now you are. That's what that Four of Pentacles is. It's withholding some of the goods, some of the precious value for yourself. Okay, because as a giver, as a healer, as an inspiration, you need to keep some of that value, because you don't want the jar to get empty. You've got to refill this. You got to refill this. So you need to develop a routine, a practice. I went to a healer recently and told her some of my limitations and some of the things that was going on. And I told her that I smudge in the morning. And she said, you need to start smudging at night to clear all that energy from the day out. Whether you were helping people, or you got a troubled phone call, or you saw, whatever it is you absorbed, you need to wash that away, cleanse that away. And I know a lot about this stuff, and I never thought of it. I said, that's brilliant. Thank you so much, because I need to take care of me too, And so this is what you're doing. That's that Four of Pentacles, is healing the self first, taking care of your own garden, your own ground, and then that extends outwards. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And you're a Sagittarius, and for any of you that are dragon, this is especially a powerful year. This year is an 8, and you turn that 8 sideways, and it becomes unity. Okay. And unity is when 2 opposing forces come together and create something new. And that's what we're dealing with, is opposing forces. Okay. They come together and create something new. And that's what this year is all about. And you are part of that inspiration, that powerful force, you know. You're a fire horse. You're a fire horse. So horse is important, you know. That's interesting because horse and Sagittarius are very closely related. Sagittarius is part horse, and that's about freedom. And I think it's a freedom of the mind. You know, we're freeing our minds from all this um preservatives and whatever we're getting fed. What you feed yourself, you are what you eat, and that's in your head and your body, all that stuff. Okay, so for some of you, all of you, I'm hoping, I want you to start developing a routine, a daily routine, where you do one kind thing for yourself, whether it's smudging or, eating a new thing that is very good for you, adding fruit to your diet, whatever it is, turning off that news, or I don't know, but I want you to give yourself something and do it daily to cleanse yourself, to give yourself back, okay, what you've been giving out. The High Priestess, okay? The High Priestess, a lot of times she's about secrets, and something is going to be revealed to you. And I think that's this big shift you're going to feel, okay? And also, it's knowing when and what to do with it. The High Priestess is about timing. She works with energies, the shifting of the planets and the moon and the tides, even. And, excuse me, and you yourself are ready to reveal something. I think this is you. Okay. You may have been influenced by someone around you, like I was. But I think it was in me all along, and it's in you. And you are about to see things in a different way. And you're about to reveal your new path, which is back here in the Fool, which is above the Empress or the High Priestess in the Six of Swords, you know, taking yourself to the new horizon, being the light. Now, I don't want you to take on too much responsibility with this responsibility, okay? Remember, you're giving to yourself first and sharing what you know, all right? And the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is about quiet contemplation, okay? So maybe you're going to start meditating. Maybe you're going to give yourself time to see the vision, to see what it is that you need to do at this time. It's also a healing time, when we step back and look at the big picture, look at the plan, uh, because here in the Nine of Pentacles, we're realizing our power, we're realizing our strength, we're realizing our knowledge and what we've accumulated all this time. Now, what are we going to do with it? So we need some time to think, to contemplate what we're going to do now. And you're also going to protect yourself, okay? Because you're not going to give everything away. You need to protect yourself. So this is it's that filter, of letting so much in, and then that's enough. You can put your hand up and say, okay, that's enough. I've had enough for today. Sometimes I listen to sometimes I listen to Dr. Laura online, and she's a tough nut. She's a real tough nut, and she can be extremely compassionate and helpful. But when she's done, she's done. She said, that's all I have to say. At this point, I'll just be repeating myself. So take what I said and think about it and then move forward. And so that's you guys too. That's us too. I've said what I've said. I've done what I've done. I've come in and showed you how to do it or told you how to do it or spoke something. And now that's your path now. Okay? Ugh, so exciting. So there's a big change coming up and we've all been feeling it. Okay? There is... I also want you to know that when we decide to bloom and you're about to bloom and you are blooming now, I can feel it. Okay. Sometimes that is threatening to others. They get jealous or envious or worried that you're shining or getting to the end of the line faster than they are. Competitive natures, but you've got to block all that. That's nothing to do with you and what you're doing. That's to do with them. You got to be a tough nut, like Dr. Lawyer said. Okay, I'm not repeating myself. I've said what I've said, and now on to the next caller, and it's not being mean. It's just breaking free. It's breaking free. You can't get too attached to any one thing, Sag. Okay? You're a horse. You're a dragon this year. You are meant to connect, change, and move on. Keep the flow going. Keep the flow going. Because when we stop and sit for too long, we stagnate. And you need to keep the flow going. Okay? Moving on. All right? So, from your beautiful growth, from you showing this beautiful Empress energy, you may get, can I get that darn thing? Oh, this card does not want to left. There we go. From this beautiful bouquet that you have within you, this beautiful growth and flowers and all that you have to share, and people want it. They want to know part of it and then be a part of it and everything, and shine in your light. Okay? But you will find out who your friends and who your enemies, who's really behind you, who is, and I don't want you to feel threatened at that. This is the filter. We're filtering out, because before we let everyone in all the way, doors were unlocked and now we're creating a bit of a filter. And so some people, some relationships, some things are going to exit your life. Okay. The Tower doesn't have to be a disaster. Okay. In this, I feel it's a huge change. It's when you decide that something here wasn't stable all along. It didn't give you that feeling of stability. It didn't give you that security, and so you're going to let it go. Let them go. Okay? I got to tell you a big thing right now, and this is part of the new me. I'm about being completely honest. The thing for me that I let go is pot. I've been a pot smoker for 40 years or more. And I wasn't willing to let it go. I was like, that's my best friend. Helps my anxiety keep down and my fear, and it keeps me level. And when I went to Costa Rica, it just wasn't available. And so I stopped. And when I got back, I thought, I don't think I'm going to continue. I don't want to do that anymore. It's not helping me. It's not clearing anything. I've always had it within me to change this. It didn't give me stability or security, and I let it go. And I don't have that in my life anymore. And I'm able to see clearer. I feel stronger. And all of us have a little crutch like that, whether it's prescription pills or booze or drugs or reliance on other people or a thought, process that we just convinced ourselves of. We're letting that go. We don't need it because it never did provide stability. It never did provide comfort. It was an illusion. And so you're letting that go. Dependencies, um, you know, unhealthy relationships and reliabilities to things that don't give us. It's an illusion, you know? And so you're going to separate yourself from some things in your life. Okay. And this is going to be good, nurturing. It's just what you need. And you're ready. You're ready to do it now. Okay. You're ready for this. This is not going to be devastating or horrible, because I think that you've been building a lot of strength, okay, in this last week or so, and are going to continue to do so. Okay. And this is going to bring a change. Karma is going to come around. And this karma is good karma, because you're making this change that you've needed to make for a long time now. You've been delaying, putting it off. Oh, yeah, next month I'll do it. Yeah, well, I'm going to do that soon. Or, and it's something we haven't been able to quite let go of. Okay. And when you do, it's bringing change. The wheel is turning. This year is all about change, and it's reconfiguring the whole system. Okay, whether it's your personal system, your relationship systems, your community systems, government systems, all kinds of things. Big changes are in store, and it's beginning with you. Okay, the cogs are starting to turn differently now, and they're all starting to work together. Before, your something was slow, something was not moving at the same rate of speed as the other things, and now things are starting to work together. Okay, I am so excited. And then you have the King of Wands. And look at that light. Look at that beautiful bloom behind her. Okay. Right away, you know what came to mind? You remember, I don't know if anyone, probably not all of you have seen Star Wars. And it's the one where they go back and go to the first kind of episode with Queen Amidala, the one who gave birth to Darth Vader. And I see this in her. Okay. And one of the things I remember is quite often she would hide her identity. She'd have one of her other um, ladies in waiting, I guess, pose as her, or she would, dress like a normal person to not really advertise her power. Okay. And so I see kind of this happening with you, with us, not having to advertise our power. And that's that filter, right? Because you have a huge light to shine here. You are a big, bright light. You're about to bloom. And the King of Wands has learned all the lessons of the wands. You've accumulated all those lessons through the wands competition and and I have to think for a minute here of all the different, you know, um, getting recognition for your hard work, what you do really have in you to give and share, and you're realizing you're a light, you're powerful, and you're going to be a leader now. You're ready to step into a leadership role. The King of Wands, that usually they see that as Aries, okay? And Aries is coming up, okay, at this month in March. This month coming, which is what this reading is for. And this starts the Aries time, and that's about leadership, new beginnings, shining the sun on whatever it is that you want to shine a light on. You are ready to take matters into your own hands, okay? Oops. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I really feel like there is someone coming into your life too. We have the Lovers here, okay? There could be a new person. It could be the King of Cups. It could be the King of Wands. Fire and water. This is another theme of this year. When Pluto was wherever Pluto was, I'm not an astrologer, but for 23 years, it was earth and air, okay? And now the energy is shifted because Pluto is shifted, and it's fire and water, okay? And fire, both are very, very powerful. And and so I feel like the balance, and remember that eight, those two opposing forces, which is fire and water, that are going to bring in a new force, a new power, a new balance, okay? This person could be very different from you. And whether this person is love in your life, friendship, or just letting others in now. Okay, we're opening that door, and we're allowing relationships into our lives. So this could be friendship, family, or love, okay, for you, romance. But it's opposing. This person is different than you. They see things differently. But you're learning, and they're learning from you. And these two opposing forces come together to create something beautiful and new. And so in the Lovers, I feel like that is what's going on here. Someone that grounds you, someone that appreciates you. You see eye to eye, and they hold you in high regard, and you them. Okay? This person you may have felt in the past, if you knew them before, or if you're just meeting them, you might think, oh geez, we're very different. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if we're a good match. But it's the difference that is important. We because you're going to expand. There's something about this partnership that is going to help you grow and flourish even more. All right. And the Ace of Swords. I feel like you have gone deep in the past while. You have to go a long way down to see the light in yourself. I had a vision while I was on vacation. And in my vision, I was in a plane, and I saw the plane was going to crash into the ocean. Okay. And my first thought is, oh my God, I'm not going to make it home. My plane's going to crash. And I saw a Shaw woman while I was down there. And she said, the plane is you, and the ocean is your emotions. And you're about to take a deep dive and really see yourself, really face yourself, be honest with yourself. Okay. And in that vision, I was trying to jump ship. I was trying to get out of that plane because I didn't want to crash with it. And that's a fear we have of facing our emotions, dealing with them, and accepting them. It's true acceptance when we can say, I'm not too good at that, or geez, I don't have any filter, or accepting our beauty and some of our ugly. We are not just pure beauty. We and all of that, because I feel that you're sharing your experiences, the beautiful and the ugly, because we don't get there without trudging through some crap, trudging through the muck, you know, being stagnant for a while. Everything is for a reason. And I think you're seeing the light now. You're seeing the truth and you're ready to move forward in peace. Okay. So in this last line here, you're seeing your power. You're realizing how valuable you are, one thing to yourself, and yet that you have something to share. Okay. See the yellow? That is the sun. And Aries is the sun. And that is coming. You're seeing your light, your value. You have so much uh, um, beautiful fruit to share. Okay. But you need to take a pause here for a little bit and think about, well, what am I going to do with this? What is it that how I need to move forward now with my truth? And in some ways, you're going to say things that people don't like. You're going to ruffle some feathers, okay? And that's okay. That's okay. Because the ultimate good that you're going to do is make a difference. Make a difference. And when we push against um resistance, you're going to meet resistance, and you're going to be okay with that because you know that you have integrity. You know that what you're doing is right, and you're going to um be about truth and light. You're doing it with peace and compassion, and you realize that you've held the key all along. You've held the key all along to all these locks. In some ways, you shielded yourself. You kept yourself away from all the people and and the places that you felt didn't accept you. But that was in your head, okay? And sometimes in the heads of others. But we can't control what other people think. And just because they think it doesn't mean it's true. So you're realizing you have the key. Oops. Everything's backwards that I want to do here. You have the key. You realize you have the key. All along you've had it. But sometimes it takes time, or we get lost in a have you ever been in the house of mirrors or in the fun house, and everything you go through is kind of, it scrambles you, turns you around and gets you mixed up, and nothing is what it seems. And that's kind of where we were for a while. Some of you it was for a year, some of you it's been years. Okay. And what's going on in the world hasn't helped much. But now you're able to see clearer. You realizing your own value, okay? And that you hold the key. You hold the key, okay? A lot of us have been looking outward for our answers, but they've been in here, okay? And it takes a while sometimes, we're not all experts at this stuff. We learn as we go along. So you're going to open one lock at a time. Take your time. There's no rush. One lock at a time. And you're going to allow a little bit in and a little bit more. But this is at your pace. Don't feel rushed, don't feel pushed. It's going to go at your pace because you're ready now. You're ready to open up a little bit, to share a little bit. You don't have to shield yourself. They might hurt me. They might be mean to me. They don't value me. They don't believe in me. My feelings aren't valid. And you're going to start shedding these things one thing at a time, you know, and realize it's not you. It is you, but it isn't you. You're going to see that you hold the key. And I feel that you're going to share this knowledge. You want peace in your life. You want to extend peace. You want honesty and integrity, and that's the path you're on now. Is And you want to share this too, but like I said, you're not giving it all away. You're going to give what they need, or what needs to be said, or what you want to share. I have a piece of the pie for you. You can't have the whole pie, but you can have that piece, and it should help a little bit. Come back and see me in a while, and we'll see what needs to be done or whatever. And don't feel like you have to be experts at anything. People come because there's a light. They see a light in you. And whatever knowledge you carry inside, they need some of it. Okay? Sometimes we don't even know we have it. It's like, what did I say? I didn't even know I helped you. Oh my God, that's amazing. But what did I do? But sometimes it's just being near you. They feel better just being near you because you're full of love. You're full of love. So I see things beginning to change. Also, I feel like you could have an influence in your life, and this person could be a mentor, could be a mother, aunt, doesn't even have to be female, but I feel that they're helping you see your beauty, and that you've had all along. It was you that had the doubt in yourself. And people have doubt in themselves, and this is something you've had all along. You just need to realize and get rid of that self doubt. And it's what other things put on us, and then we wear it. You need to take those clothes off, because that's never who you were. Okay, so you are about to change. All right, but what these two important cards to me are these two fours, because it's about doing things in your own time. Here we're protecting ourselves, we're taking time, and we've got this gate because we're not sure about everyone. I don't want to let everyone in. I want to figure out who can come in and for how long. And so when you're ready, you'll open the lock. You'll let a little bit in, okay? You're also allowing time for yourself. And I got a feeling that this is daily. This is a daily thing where you replenish yourself in some way. And it's a good thing, whatever it is. It may only be 5 minutes, or it might be 5 tomatoes, or it might be, it just is a little bit. You don't need to change your whole life. Don't go doing that, because it puts a lot of pressure on you. But it's just a little at a time. And you're allowed to take some time to think about what that is. What that is. And I don't want you to be afraid, because it's time. It's time to move forward, but taking care of yourself. The four is a pause. The four is a pause for a sec. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Just a sec here. I got to look at this. I got to think about this. And I need to consider what to do. So you're going to allow yourself a pause here and there. And it is important for you, Stag, because it's when you re energize and when you kind of process, you do some processing, you think, okay, I know this is right. Sometimes you get a feeling just come over you and you think, oh, this made me feel so good. I want more of this. Okay. But you pause, you process, you plan, and then you move forward. You are like the horse and you just want to gallop. You just want to jump those fences and those hurdles and you just want to. But sometimes we need to stop and graze, do some grazing, replenish, feel the wind, you know, process, think, and plan. But also, replenish is one of the most important things. I also think there's a possibility that there's someone, whether this person is a lover, friend, family, who has been thinking about you for a long time and they've wanted to come forward. I don't think they might have met you somewhere or you might have shut them out in the past because you were quite closed up, like with that fence around you protecting yourself. And so they may reveal themselves at this time. They may reveal their feelings, or this is you revealing your feelings, and you're making connections again. Like I said, you're not letting people in as far as you did before, because you would let them all in and have all access to everything. And one of the things the Shaw woman said to me is you need to learn discretion. You don't need to tell everything. Because sometimes when our voice has been cut off, we didn't have a voice. We couldn't say what we felt or thought or experiences. And then at some point we got a voice, whether that was in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, whenever. And once you got that voice, well, then it was just an overflowing waterfall, as in the picture on the video. This waterfall just like was, and you let everything, you shared everything, and you allowed everything, and you were just an open vessel. Now, neither one is good, to have no voice or to allow everything out. So there's discretion. And that's why you need these pauses to think about what I should share and what I should keep for me. Because you need to keep some things for yourself. You don't have to tell everything. You don't have to shout everything. You don't have to share everything. But only share what is needed at the time. Okay? Because some of that, when you just have open floodgates, you're allowing everything in, including negative, and you need to protect yourself. Okay. So, and I feel these pauses allow you insight, inspiration, and also protection, because you still need to protect yourself. Okay. So let's get a little clarity on the situation. I feel like I could talk to you guys all afternoon. I really do. The high priestess again. Double high priestess. Okay. So I want to tell you the story of Penelope. Okay. In the mythic tarot, Penelope is the daughter of the empress. So you've got mother-daughter, okay? This could have some things to do with family relationships, okay? And in mythology, Hades, the lord of the underworld, catches a glimpse of Penelope. And he's like, wow, she is purity. She's beautiful. He falls in love with her and he kidnaps her. He just takes her. He's like, yep, I'm taking her. I want her. She's all mine. And she gets taken down into the underworld and she disappears. And the Empress, Demeter, is like, where's my daughter? Where'd my daughter go? Has anyone seen my daughter? And she goes searching all over, everywhere she can think of, looking for her daughter. Where is my daughter? She goes to Zeus and she says, I can't find my daughter. I want you to find her for me. And he says, not my problem. And she said, um, well, it is, because something's happened to her and I want you to find out what happened. He said, again, not my problem. So she is absolutely distraught, Demeter, the Empress, you know. And the Empress is about growth and light. She brings all life to the earth. And Demeter does not. She decides that's it. And she shuts off creating, manifesting, blooming. She stops all blooming. And so begins fall. And all the leaves start to fall. Everything starts to go into a reclusive time. And then winter comes and it starts getting cold, real cold. And the people have never had to experience winter before. And they start, raising hell with Zeus. And what is going on? We're freezing down here and there's nothing's growing. We're going to starve to death. And Zeus, being the egotistical god that he is, really wants love from his people. He loves being loved. And so he goes to Demeter and he says, come on, spread a little light, turn things back on, start, the people are having a fit. And she said, no, not until my daughter is found. And Demeter never wielded her power before. She was full of sharing and light and love until she was wronged and something was not right. It was unjust. So anyway, he says, okay, I'll try and find out what happened to your daughter. So he goes down and he talks to Hades and he says, you got to give her up. That's, it's, it's up there. It's cold as anything. And he said, no, she can't leave. And she ate something here from the underworld. And if you eat something, now you are a part of it. And he, Zeus says to Penelope, did you eat something? And she said, I only ate 6 pomegranate seeds. That's it. And he said, ooh, that counts. That counts. So he says, well, I'll tell you what. How about you stay down here for 6 months of the year and you go up and be with your mother for 6 months a year, since there was 6 seeds eaten. And so thus began the seasons. And realizing the power of a woman, the power of creation and blooming and light and negotiation. So these are 2 opposing forces, again, Hades and Demeter. Hades being in the underworld and Demeter being in the living world and creation and growth and light and blooming and love and nourishment too, right? She provides a lot. And realizing her power, she never wanted to use it in that way before, but she said, no, it ain't going to happen. So that was the beginning of the seasons. Spring and summer, Penelope was with her mom. And fall and winter, she goes down. And because she did love Hades, she did love and care for him. So she didn't mind going down there for that time. But so there is something powerful, a message either coming to you or from you Okay. She here is in the underworld and is willing to go. But you see these two columns, there is a balance, like in the 8 again. Okay. Two opposing forces working together. All right. This is a huge message this year and this month. Okay. And I'm not sure if you're receiving this message from without or within. Okay. But you're receiving it. And you know that you're about to leave the underworld and come up and to begin the life in the light now. Life in the light, and how you want to be part of the growth here. Okay. You could also be on a healing journey or realizing you want to help healing. You want to be a part of that growth. You want to spread light. You want to spread nourishment. And you're ready to come out of the cave now. Okay. And you've been in the cave for a while. Like, it's been different times for some of you. Some of you, it's been 7 years, 10 years, whatever. But you're ready now to come out of there. Okay. Sagittarius. I likey me rikey about this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, accept the ugly. Thanks for saying that, repeating that, Zap. It's not necessarily ugly, but it's, with our beauty and our great things and our accomplishments and what we can do, we also have some things that aren't so great, that are faults, let's say, our faults, which is in that balance, these two opposing forces. Two opposing forces is really big thing in your life, and it's about acceptance. Accepting ourselves for who we are and the power in that, Hi, Janice. Nice to see you. Hi, Kiki. Well, Kiki, you know why this lover is appearing? You know why this relationship's happening? Because you're ready now. You're ready to come out of the cave. You're ready to not be afraid anymore. You're ready to open up and allow your light out. Because before, you had that fence in front of you, that wall, and you're like, who's that? Who's at the door? What do you want? And you're like, oh, hello, nice to meet you. Oh, wow. And you can see light in others too. But at the same time, you're remaining who you are. You're not going to give up who you are, because it's of great value. Okay. You are of great value. People don't come and stand beside the fire for nothing. We come to get warmth. And you see in the fire, you see visions, you do a lot of thinking. You are fire. You are the warmth. Okay. Take my word for it. But you got to be careful with fire. You can get burned. Fire can be warming. It can nourish you. It can provide you with food. But it can also destroy. So fire has two, it can serve and it can burn. So there's two sides to fire, just like us, right? Just like us. Knight of Cups. So through this journey, through this stuff that you needed to go through, that you need to accept, you're going to I don't want to say get your wish, but now if you if you have a wish, now's the time to make it. And I want you to write it out, because sometimes the first thing in our head, oh, I want a new house. And then you're like, oh, any house? Oh, okay, wait a minute. Okay, not any house. I'd like a bungalow with 2 bedrooms. Like, I'm just making this up. I want you to clarify your wish, your dream, your goal. Clarify it as much as you can. And that is really helpful, useful to write it out. Because once you read it back to yourself, you're like, actually, I'd like it to be this and this and this, and I want you to define it as much as you can. Clarify it as much as you can, if it's a person, if it's a place, if it's a job, if it's something that you want to do to make a difference, or if it's something for yourself, giving yourself that acceptance, you are going to succeed. This is a wish card, but also a successful card. It means that, and if you look in this card, you can see that Aphrodite is giving her blessing to Eros and Psyche. Okay? Eros and Psyche are 2 opposing forces. She is human and he is a god. They are very different from one another, but they see something in each other. He admires her, she admires him. And neither one of them are thinking, I don't know if that's going to work because we're so different. Where will we live? A bird can love a fish, but where will they live? And you're going to find a way to create something beautiful together. Okay? And they've taken the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to learn about each other. They've realized wonderful things, been inspired, and also hurt each other, made some mistakes, okay? And now they've come to know each other a little bit, and they've built on this base. The base is the 3 of Cups, and that's the initial wish. You've met, you've connected, you're like, ping, pong, pow, 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 fireworks going off. Wow. There is something about this person. And then doubt seeps in, and, we make mistakes or let someone down, and we learn lessons, but we grow from this base, okay? You grow to a place where you realized, despite their faults, despite our differences, I love them. I am full of love and want to give love and want to try. Trying is the biggest thing in the world. If we all gave up and didn't try, where would we be? So it's huge power. And so this has been blessed by Aphrodite because she's seen that they've taken the time to learn about each other, conquered doubt, conquered self-doubt, all that to reach a place of, yes, I belong here. And that's what you're going to feel, is you belong here. Okay, you belong with this person. You belong in that job. You belong in that house. Whatever it is, you belong there. And you've earned your right to take it, to accept it, to be in that place. Someone I know calls it the big block. Number 1, I won't accept gold, I won't accept silver, and I won't accept bronze. I'm gold. I am gold. Okay? Love that. So this is it's success because you've come all this way. And like I said, you've accepted yourself for the good and the not so good, Hi, Max. I miss you, Max. I miss you. Oh, thank you very much. I just threw on some stuff and I got my crazy glasses, and it is so nice to see you and hear from you. Well, you know what? One of the best, Kiki, one of the best deck of cards I ever got, and this was my first deck of cards, and a friend of mine. And sometimes, there's people in our life that it's surprising how important they are. Sometimes they seem insignificant. We don't feel like, but they gave us something, gave us a word or something, a gift in some way that allowed us to bloom. And my friend John gave me these cards as a gift. Now, the original set, this isn't the original set I had because they wore out and one blew into the lake and all kinds of things. But he gave me this set, and it's the mythical tarot, and it's based on stories of mythology, which, like the Bible and other ancient texts, are meant as a guide to learn lessons about ourselves so that we can be a great part of the bigger picture. Okay. And through learning these cards and mythology, it was very easy to see the lesson, the message. It helped a lot. And like I said, like that story of Demeter and Penelope, and realizing out of love the power that we contain within ourselves, the love of our children and our community and our husbands, wives, whatever. We are willing to go to great lengths to protect that. Okay. And all she did was simply not bloom anything. She didn't go and destroy anything. She just said, I'm not giving my light until I am reunited with my precious daughter, you know. And so she just withdrew her light, withdrew her love, withdrew her nourishment, and people realized how important that is. Okay? And so we're realizing our power now, realizing our power. And I just got to tell you that this is a huge thing for you. Oh, yes, my nails. I went and got them done. This is a birthday present way back in November, and I just went and used the coupon just last week to get it done. So I wanted to wait until I was back from all the vacation and all that, and have nice, nice nails too. And red is a motivating color. It's motivating. I painted a room red one time, and it says it's energizing, so I want to be energized. They painted another room yellow like the sunshine because I just wanted to feel warmth. Yellow represents warmth, and growth and light. And so I really gave a lot of thought to, what I wanted around me. So, is there anything else from a Savage? King of Swords. This is a perfect one to end it. Truth, balance, and objectivity. Okay. So I love that he carries the scales here. Oh, where's my finger? The scales here. Okay. And so when we think about the scales, we think about justice. Okay. And in justice, there usually is a judge there. And a judge needs to be impartial. Okay. I am not judging you, and I'm not judging you. I'm making a judgment on the situation. I've tried to see both sides fairly, be objective, see all sides, and then come to a decision which is fair for all, considering all the information I know, seeing the light and seeing the truth. The King of Swords has been all through the journey of the swords. And that is about truth, the words of others, the thoughts of our own, and judgment. And I feel that you could have gone through a time. I feel like you were really self-judging a lot. You could have extended your judgment out there and had some opinions and all that, but I felt like you did it to yourself a lot. You really were harsh, and you weren't looking at all sides. You weren't considering the whole picture and being fair, but now you are. You've learned so much. And I know it's been hard. I know it's been difficult, but there was a light you needed to see in yourself and accept. And I think that you're at that point now. You can be vulnerable. You can be vulnerable. You Also, I feel that some of you might really value your alone time. Before, you were lonely and just wanted to be around people and everything, and want to be in relationship and have people in your life now. And I think you're going to have that. But there's going to be times when you value that alone time. There's something in it that gives you time, like I said, to process, to heal, to just, think about everything you know before you make a decision. A judge goes back into their room, their office, and comes back out with a decision. They consider all information before them. Okay. And the decision will have to move forward. I also feel like some of you, even though this isn't the just, because you have the clarity, the vision, and the integrity now. Okay. This person also that's coming into your life could be someone that is very wise. You love talking to this person, or maybe they love talking to you. But I feel that this person could be very grounded. They share their wisdom. And I got to tell you, I think it's you. I think it's you at this level in your life now. And you have very wise things to offer, okay, and to share. I also feel like you could be seeking on a path to justice about something, whether it's someone in your life, something that happened at work, or is that happening in your community. You're ready to act, to be part of the solution, not sitting back and complaining. Oh, how come no one ever? Why are they doing that? You're part of a new plan of solution. Okay. And and I feel like it's honest and peaceful, and it's like you can see the bigger picture now. You're not out to make bigger problems or stir the pot. You're out to balance the scales here, make things right. And like I said, not everybody's going to like it, and that's okay. You're not out to hurt anybody. You're out to be clear. Okay, let's be clear here. Okay. And I think you're out to inspire too. This is very inspiring. This is a leadership card. I want to tell you that you got three kings, and you got the king and queen of swords. You got both of them. So your clarity, your mind is open. Your mind is open now. It's not clouded with crap and blaming and you know you and three kings, so compassion and love. King of wands, energetic, motivation and leadership. And the king of swords, integrity, truth, fairness. All right. The kings have learned all the lessons of every card before them. Okay. And so you've learned so much. You've attained this level of maturity. You're evolving. You're moving on to the next stage of evolution. You're coming out of that cave and ready to spread your light. And on what, I don't know, but you're doing it. You're doing it, Smalls. That's from the Sandlot. And you're going to be successful. Okay. The timing is everything. Eh? Timing is everything. So don't rush it. You know, you the motor is revving and you're ready, you know. But you haven't, don't put it in drive quite yet until you get all these things in the plan kind of figured out. Where am I going with this? How am I going to do it? Who am I going to do it with? And everything doesn't have to be answered in a moment. Take your time. Take those pauses to figure out what that is, where that is, with who, and how much time I will give it. Because you don't have to give all of yourself either. In fact, I never want you to give all of yourself again, Sag. You're to keep some for yourself. See how she's holding on to her home here? Her home is her castle. That's her sanctuary. That's where she gets peace. That's where she gets rest. And so you need to really value that place, okay? And because that's where you're going to replenish yourself, okay? So yeah, this is big, Sagitt. Big, big, big. I would love to hear what is, you know, and you don't have to share it. Like I said, you need discretion. Don't give everything away. Don't give away all the recipe so that everyone can write a cookbook now. You know, keep some for yourself and give what they need, and that's it. You know, but I would love to hear some of your visions, some of your light, some of that dream, or you know what it is you're supposed to be doing. And like I said, you don't have to tell me everything, and you don't even have to tell me if you don't want to, if you're not ready. But if you would like to share, I would love to hear. I want to tell you mine. Mine is I want to start speaking to the young people, to the people on drugs, to the people on the street. And I want to be a guiding light. I want to let them know how important they are. I want to be inspiring. I want to tell my niece's story, who overdosed in June 30th of last year, and I want to tell her story, and how so worthwhile she is and she was, and I'm taking that and I'm doing something good. And so I'm kind of writing the story now, how I want to say it, because I want it not to be a downer. I want it to be inspiring. Everyone deserves a second chance. Nobody is terrible and awful. We just make mistakes. We fall down a rabbit hole, you know, and it's hard to find our way out. It's hard to find where that light is, you know. And 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 so I'm just hoping to just put a little nugget in their minds that they might take a step toward the light. Just all that's all I can do. And I know that's what I'm meant to do now. I know that's what I'm meant to do now. And I'm going to take time to work out how I'm going to do that and where I'm going to do that. Because I've got to help some of these kids see their light. We can't just complain about them and want to move them out of sight. We can't do that. They're so very important, all of them. And if I can help them realize that in some way, I would have made a difference. And it's all I want to do. It's all I want to do now. Thank you, Kiki. Yeah, yeah. So I'm really excited, but I'm pacing myself at to how to work that out. And I'm really excited. And I feel like it's the change I needed, the change I needed. So, anyway, guys, um, the message I want to leave you with is the core of the reading, right? In the dead center. And this says, open a lock, open a little, one at a time, but keep, you know, some for yourself. Don't forget to nourish yourself. Every time you nourish something else, I want you to nourish yourself. Okay? Don't forget yourself. And use discretion. Share what you need to. Like, I was thinking to myself, okay, I could go and speak at shelters, maybe. I could go and speak at places where youth gather for support, social agencies, social work agencies, and whatnot. And but I need to write something. First of all, you have to submit it to these agencies before they'll let you in. They want to know what you're going to say. And then um and and it's only for a time. So say I'm talking for an hour, okay? And then that's it. I've given what I need to give. I might talk to a couple of people after, and then I leave and I go home and I nourish myself. I'm not giving my whole day, not giving all of everything I know. This is what I have to say and share, and I hope you can get something from it. I hope you can take a nugget of something from this to help you. I will come back if you want to hear more, definitely, for an hour or 2 hours or whatever the time limit I have on it. And then I go and nourish myself. Okay? So this is what I'm talking about is you're unlocking something for yourself and for others, but it, not giving everything, you're giving nuggets at a time, nuggets at a time. Okay? And so you need to pace that, ground, and then go back and ground and go back. Okay? You don't have to give everything of what you got. And this is what you've probably been learning over this time, right? Because in the past, you could have given so much of yourself, and other people just weren't willing to give that. And you're like, you felt unvalidated in some way. Okay? And that's why now you're going to give a piece of the pie, not the whole pie, a piece. Okay? That's important. Don't give all of yourself because you need some of that, honey. You need some of that. You need quite a big portion. You need to save 50% at least for yourself. There's a portion that goes out to others. There's a portion that goes to family. There's a portion that goes to your home and nurturing and responsibilities. And then there's a huge portion that goes to you, because we can't wait for other people to pat us on the back and say, you're a good person. I love you, or you're beautiful, or you are light. You need to give it to yourself. Don't wait for other people to give you your value. Give it to yourself because you are the sun, you are the light, and you have something to share. You do. You are so pure and beautiful and everything. But even the sun doesn't stay out all day and all night. Even the sun takes a rest. Okay. So, anyway, I hope this helps you. And I hope that you take all this into consideration because I really want you to know how powerful and beautiful you are and how important you are and how much you matter, especially to me. And there's people that need you and you need them. So open your heart a little bit. Let the people that maybe you thought hurt you in the past, extend an invitation or send a friend request. Um, but you don't have to open the floodgate and let everything in. You can just open a little part of yourself to compassion, to understanding, because if we want other people to understand us, we need to understand them too. Okay, it goes both ways, right? And you're going to feel good about this. This is going to feel good. You can be vulnerable and be very strong. This guy sits on a rock throne. This is made of rock, solid as a rock. You are now, okay? Because you know who you are now, and you accept yourself. You know that you have balance now, okay? And I just feel so good about it. So good. Oh, anyway, take it and do what you will. And I would love to hear what you're doing, maybe, or what has come out of this, like how good you feel, or whatever you want to share. I would love to hear. And I am so inspired by you too. I really am. I love you guys. Have a great day. I'll be back with more videos tomorrow. I'm going to go check on my son's dog, my beautiful Genji, and make sure he's okay and let him out and all that. And I'll talk to you soon. Love you bunches. And I'll see you. If I don't see you around, I'll see you square. Bye now.